Wait, so you're not vegan, which means you support the Holocaust. If you're not vegan, you're supporting a Holocaust, and if you are vegan, you're not supporting a Holocaust, and it's your choice. You don't have to support a Holocaust. You can go vegan and stop the Holocaust, but until then, you're supporting the Holocaust. You're demanding these animal products to non-human animal holocaust is the largest holocaust to go on that most everyone is supporting because of their addictions to animal products. So go vegan if you don't want to support the Holocaust.
This roast beef sandwich is delicious. Now it should come as a no surprise to you that I am Jewish. My last name is Silver. That's a pretty Jewish last name. My first name is Yoel. It doesn't get more super Jew than me. Now, I got a special treat for you guys today because I found this bitch, right, who compares people that eat meat to people that support the Holocaust and who thinks that animals are no better than humans. Right? Because supposedly, right, get this. She thinks that since we're some sort of conscious beings and we actually know what's going on, we should not eat animals since we can't eat plants and we should be on a whole plant diet. You know, vegetables and shit, and fruits. She's a vegan 2.0. Now, I understand that we want to be vegans. That's a choice that they can make, and I'm not here to stop you from being a vegan. I condemn you in being a vegan. That's fucking cool. But this girl right here wants me to change my animal habits, which, by the way, I'm a human. I'm an animal. I'm gonna stay on the meat diet. I don't give a shit. But she compares humans as people that should eat plants and fruits and vegetables. But she's so out in the open about it, and she's a speciesist activist. So it's not the fact that she just doesn't think that people shouldn't eat meat. She also thinks that animals are up there with humans. Like, animals should have their own rights, even though they don't know that they have rights and they don't know what's going on. They should be up there with humans. Like, they actually have the brain capacity of a human, which makes us different. You can't force a lion to eat vegetables. And just because of this reason alone, we're gonna wreck you a new asshole. She also compares Hitler and the Holocaust and the whole camps, that Hitler designed that stuff based on the meat industry and how cruel it is. So, does this make me a Nazi?
I'm 100% against racism. If you're against racism, doesn't that mean that you claim to be against discrimination? Probably consume animal products, which means that you're not against discrimination. You're only against discrimination when it comes to beings within your own species. Against other species because they're not part of your own species. So if you're not vegan, you can't be against discrimination because you are literally discriminating against non-human animals. Just because a species looks different from your own species does not mean that they have any of a less right to live than you do.
So you see what I mean there? She thinks that if you eat meat, you probably are a racist, speciesist, discriminatory person because you think that your species is better than another species, which is perfectly normal. Your species is more important than the other species. That's how it works. A lion won't defend you just because he doesn't think that you shouldn't be defended. I don't understand where this girl is coming from. There's this whole theory that I have going on. It's like when you have no problems left in the first world, when you reach the epidemic where you have reached total secureness, the Laszlo ladder, whatever the fuck it's called, the Laszlo triangle, and you have security and food and all that love that you need, and you found your hobbies and whatever, this is what you start doing. You become vegan 2.0 to the point where not only do you not eat meat, and you know that's where you end it, you also make others think that there's this thing called speciesists. Until an animal can show me a math equation or can somehow add to the world, I'm not gonna think that I shouldn't eat it. But then again, you know what? We can get really deep right here because we can get to really, really deep science. But we're not gonna get to that today. Today it's about our planet and our world, where we are literally the smartest animal there is. And we eat meat because that's how we got brought up. If we were vegetable-based animals, like we should be, wouldn't we be eating vegetables? When did this whole meat thing become a thing? Why do I got canines? I'm not a vegan. I never did the research because it never really bothered me. But if you know what, if you want to disapprove me in the comment section, go right ahead.
Just because they look different than you, just because they sound different than you, just because they communicate differently than you, does not mean that you are above them in any way, shape, or form.
Nobody thinks that just because they look different. It's the consciousness, it's the brain, it's the human animal is smarter than these other animals. Now, some animals like dolphins, they actually have some sort of like thing going on where they can communicate with each other. An octopus will never eat a dolphin because they feel like, damn, this thing is conscious. This thing actually knows that it's like has a purpose. So no, I would never eat an animal that knows that it has a purpose. If the animal that I want to eat is a cow, and literally it was born to be bred and eaten and give me milk, which by the way, I don't drink milk because that's disgusting. If it's an animal that was born and bred for me to eat it, that was its purpose in life. It's the way the food chain goes, and we don't live in the world of hugs and kisses. And like I said earlier, this is what happens when you reach the top of the ladder of the human pyramid. When you have nothing else to worry about, you start worrying about things that don't even fucking matter. Like killing animals to be able to eat them. Why do tribes in Africa still fucking hunt animals? Why are they farming out there if we're supposed to be on a plant diet like you fucking say so? That's so fucking stupid. Why is there ancient rules or whatever the fuck they are in caves where you see people throwing spears at mammoths? Now, I'm not sounding super dumb right now to you guys because I literally am hearing myself and I'm like, damn, but what if aliens come tomorrow and they think you're not smart enough to live and they eat you? Like, what if the lion is smart enough? What if the cow is smart enough? But according to your scale, you're smarter than them, therefore you should eat it. What if aliens come tomorrow and the alien is smarter than you are? Why wouldn't he just eat you? That might happen. If anything, it proves my point. If aliens were to come tomorrow and eat us because they're smarter than us, and they don't think that we realize what they realize, how am I gonna even stop it? The aliens would have to make a conscious decision not to eat me. Maybe then the world will go on the vegan diet. But the aliens have to come first, man. This is not a human solution. Humans will not solve veganism, the aliens will. So aliens, shame on you if you're seeing this. You should come to this planet right now. Tell us that you want to eat us, but you won't because you are vegans. Think about that one, bitch.
Saying eating a cow and drinking their milk is the same exact thing as saying owning black slaves and hanging them.
What? Owning a cow and drinking its milk is the same as owning a slave and hanging him. So did this bitch just go as far as saying that animals should not be pets? And animals should not help humans work? Do you know how much we owe to the horse? You know how much we owe to the dog? You know how much we owe to these animals that we domesticated to see how far we came as a species? If it wasn't for these animals, she would not have the conscious ability to even say this shit. But she's over here with her fucking privilege and her knowledge about the world, about how he's a lot smarter than everybody else, and you should feel bad for putting yourself on a pedestal and not putting the fucking cow on a pedestal, you piece of shit. Which, by the way, she owns a dog. Her dog is not excluded from this.
About black people years and years and years ago, but now they're saying it about non-human animals because that's another species. They look different than us, so it's perfectly fine for us to exploit, torture, rape, and slaughter them and not see them as victims. For us to mock. They don't look like us. They're not part of our species, so they don't mean shit. I did not genuinely mean what I said back. What I said was an example of what he was saying, because what he was saying was the same exact thing as what I was saying. Non-human animals are so victimized victimized that they're no longer seen as victims. Yes, I made the comparison. To compare animal slavery to black slavery, it's simply to make a comparison that's relatable to a certain group of people. But people don't see it that way. They just see it as racist. And
yeah, they're not humans. Earlier, she was saying how, well, you know what? Black people before were treated as animals as well. They were treated as pets. They were treated as property like these animals are. But the thing is that black people had a consciousness and they're humans. You mean to tell me the cow, if I were to let it go, it would go and find a job and be a part of society? No. Colonial era did to black people is fucked up. That doesn't excuse what happened, but how you gonna make a comparison from back in the day just to get your message across? And I hate people that do this, and that's why I'm doing this video, because you were using the fucking Holocaust and that affected me directly. Just don't use the tragedies in the past to somehow acknowledge that what you're saying is true. I understand the comparison that you're making. That's fucked up, man. You were comparing a tragedy that happened to your species to somehow fighting for cows and shit because cows don't taste delicious or some shit. You know what? I like protein. I like to have my brain powered up. There's no way that you would even be sitting there if you were on a plant-based diet. I just don't like it when people compare something that happened before that was a complete tragedy to the human history just to get their agenda across. You know who does that? A bitch like this that want to get their point across just because they want to get it so bad. They're going to compare something that happened in human history that is very, very bad to something that is happening to something else and somehow make a connection. And just because someone sounds smart doesn't mean they're right. Don't get in the way of me trying to eat a roast beef sandwich. Roast beef is delicious. If you guys want to check her video out, I left the link down below. This video is getting kind of long and we're only 3 minutes into her video. So I'm just going to end it right here because she just repeats herself over and over and over. I gave this video 5 chicken wings out of 5 because this girl is a vegan, so she obviously is gonna hate that I gave her 5 chicken wings out of 5. You know what I did not understand about this girl? Because when I first found her, I thought it was satire about veganism, because that's how she makes it seem. She's so sarcastic about her message that I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, this is satire. This girl's making fun of vegans. This is hilarious. But then I started watching more of her videos, and then I found the Holocaust fucking video. Why would you compare my people dying and being put in camps to cows being put in the meat places and grinders? The Nazis didn't eat the Jews. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Do you want to know something hilarious though? I got a Snapchat, and you should probably follow me on there because only losers and whores don't follow me at Snapchat. There's a moral story to every one of my videos, and that is laugh at the dark shit in your life. Don't ever deny yourself the lulz. Life is so dark as it is, and trust me, if you find something funny, that's something that's fucked up, just laugh at it. It's gonna make your life so much better, I promise. And you know who has a lot of dark shit and lulz on their Snapchat? Your boy. So make sure to follow me on Snapchat. If this is your first time on my video, please press the subscribe button. Make sure to leave this video a like. Leave a comment down below if you're vegan or not, or if this girl is right or not, because I personally don't give a shit. I am a comedy channel. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm just trying to give you guys something funny to look at, because she did bring up some good fucking valid points. I'm still gonna laugh at it though, because I'm only human and that's what I do. Check out my last video where I make fun of this guy trying to emulate another very successful channel by giving homeless people money, plagiarizing an entire other video of somebody else that went viral. And I'll see you guys next time.